Saxony, they're Hussite. Pomerania, they're Hussite as well. So, hi everyone, and welcome to today's video where we're going to be taking a look at what if German regional nations existed in 1444. So as you can see, it's December 1st, 1444, and I've created all the German formable nations that can be formed by German non-regional nations, and of course some already exist from 1444. Down here we have Austria. They've shrunk a bit because every one of these nations only owns the provinces of their culture. So that's why Sicily is a bit bigger and Austria is a bit smaller. They're representing the Austrian culture. Over here we have Switzerland. They're representing the Swiss culture. Of course, these two nations exist in 1444. Here we have Bavaria representing the Bavarian culture, Swabia representing the Swabian culture, Franconia representing the Franconian culture, and going up north we have two nations that are German regional formable tags that represent the Saxon culture. Saxony, who's a bit bigger, and Brandenburg, who's a bit smaller. Up here we have Pomerania representing the Pomeranian culture, a fan favorite, Prussia right here representing the Prussian culture. They have lost these two provinces because they're not Prussian, but they have gained Riga. Going over here we have the nation of Hanover. They represent the lower Saxon culture, and these are all the provinces that they own. Right here we have the nation of Westphalia. Now they're a lot bigger than other nations because, well, they own the Westphalian cultured provinces and the Rhinish cultured provinces. This is because there's no Rhineland formable nation, and all the Rhinish nations can also form Westphalia. So that's why they own both the Westphalian and Rhinish cultures. And as a little bonus, because these nations are also in cultures that are in the Germanic culture group, we have Flanders representing the Flemish culture, the Netherlands representing the Dutch culture, and Friesland representing the Frisian culture. So these are the nations in this scenario. They're gonna duke it out for a battle royale. The HRE doesn't exist, Austria isn't the emperor, so no telling who's gonna win. What do you think will happen though? Will one of these nations blob out and form Germany? Will they get conquered by their neighbors, or will they just stagnate and not do anything? Leave your predictions in the comments below for these united German nations, and make sure to unite your finger with that subscribe button so we can get to 40k subs. And you can leave a like if you enjoyed the video too, it really helps out a lot. We'll check back in 1480. So now it's 1480, let's take a look at what our dudes here have been up to. Starting off in the south, it seems that Austria, well, they haven't done anything. No Hungary PU, no Bohemia PU, they're just chilling, they haven't expanded at all. Switzerland looks like they started off with their Swiss neutrality about 400 years early, am I right? But the same can be said for Swabia and for Bavaria, so all four of these southernmost nations, they're just chilling. They have some nice alliances going between them and some other guys too, but no expansion or shrinking from them either. Here we can take a look at Franconia though, who haven't been doing so well. In fact, now they're losing to Saxony. And what is Bohemia doing here? Bohemia is fighting Saxony as well in a different war, but yeah, Franconia looks like they're about to disappear. Going over here we have Westphalia, the nation that has expanded into Franconia, taking all of these Franconian provinces right here from them. So Westphalia, they're definitely doing pretty good. But in fact, they just lost a war to Hanover over here. They lost the province of Oldenburg. Yep, no more coastline for them. Going over to the Netherlands, Friesland is gone. The Netherlands have taken over those provinces, and it seems that even Flanders has taken over a Walloon cultured province here from, I think, Liège. Two nations and the Netherlands are left. Hanover's doing alright, they haven't been expanding too much. If we take a look at the culture map mode, they've taken this province from Brandenburg and they just took this province from Hanover. Speaking of Brandenburg, they are surprisingly the first nation to disappear. Now who would have guessed that, huh? Either way, Saxony have expanded into them, and so has Pomerania, but Pomerania have also lost out these provinces to Saxony. So looks like their alliance with Urbino and Swabia is paying off, I guess. Okay, I thought they would be allied to stronger nations, to say the least. Brandenburg is gone, like I said, and Pomerania, this is their situation right now. They're allied to Poland and Westphalia, so this could be a nice alliance over here. Going over to Prussia, they seem to have lost Riga to Denmark and Danzig to Denmark as well, and that's all they've been doing right now. They are supporting the independence of Sweden. These are some of the alliance networks that are going right now. We can take a look at them. Let's click on all these nations to see who they're exactly allied to. Ooh, Hanover, man, allied to England and Denmark. Westphalia is also allied to England, Swabia, Switzerland right here, Austria, Bavaria, and Franconia. Yep, Franconia is about to go down. So that's what's been going on in the past 40-ish years. Westphalia is on the Great Powers list, so they're doing alright even though they just lost. The Protestant Reformation, it hasn't spawned yet. It's too early. We'll check back in 1530 and see what's up. So now it's the 1530s and lots of changes have happened. Let's dive in. Austria Well, they seem to have expanded a bit. Yes, they've taken these 3 provinces from Bohemia. Speaking of Bohemia, they were so big last time, but now they're just a poor 1 province minor. That's allied to Dortmund? Wait, how did Dortmund pop out? Well, I guess we'll have to investigate that. Going down here, Switzerland has shrunk as well, but they've grown a bit too in France, but they've lost provinces to Burgundy and most notably Swabia. Bavaria have also expanded in Bohemia, taking these 2 provinces, and Swabia have expanded quite a lot down here, but in Burgundy as well. So, good job Swabia. All of these guys that were dormant the past 50 years we checked in, now they seem to be doing well for themselves, except for Switzerland. Westphalia seems to have shrunk even more, losing out provinces to, Saxony, maybe Hanover too, the Netherlands for sure. Provence has popped out of here, we have Lorraine right here, Hesse, I'm guessing they've been released by Westphalia, and so has Dortmund probably. Flanders and the Netherlands have grown quite a bit themselves, they're looking nice. Hanover, I'm not sure if they've grown or shrunk, let's take a look. It seems that, well, they look the same as last time. Saxony is doing really well though. Once again, they've taken these provinces here, this one over here, and looks like their alliances with Austria, the Netherlands, and Swabia, which don't look that powerful on the surface, are paying off. Pomerania is looking the same, but now they seem to be suffering against Saxony and Swabia, so they're not doing too good. Prussia, I have to say, is gone. Of course, we all know, well, maybe you guys don't, but it's a well-known fact that AI Prussia, they just simply suck. Maybe because they weren't Protestant, but yeah, I've never seen AI Prussia do good. Let me tell you that. Poland over here has also expanded at the expense of Bohemia. They've grown into these provinces right here, and the Ottomans are running wild, fighting Poland, Lithuania, Bavaria, Muscovy, and that other small nation over here, and they're looking pretty thick themselves. That's what's going on in this region, by the way. England is looking very nice, weak France, strong Naples, and we have a Tuscany as well. The Protestant Reformation, well, it doesn't seem to have spawned just yet, but at least we have Hussite, huh? At least we have Hussite. I tagged into the Pope really quickly to see the Reformed Desire, and it seems to be 89 at this point, so it will spawn, it's just later than usual due to the fact that there's less Protestant nations. And that's what's been going on in the past 50 years. Taking a look at the Great Powers list, none of our main guys are on here, man. Sad. Oh well, we'll see if one of them manages to grow bigger when we check back in 1580. Now it's 1580 and we're back. Let's take a look at what these guys have been up to, starting off of course with Austria, and they seem to have pretty much the same size from last time, except they own this province now. Haha, they have sea access. Wonderful. Silly's doing alright, but of course we're not paying attention to them. Is Switzerland gone? Nope, they still have these 2 provinces right here. Swabia has expanded even more into them. Bavaria looks like they've shrunk a bit. They used to own this province, at least that's what I know. Franconia from over here, they're gone. Saxony have expanded into them. Oh well, it was pretty expected. Westphalia, our strongest nation out of all of these guys in 1444, they're not looking so strong right now, and they seem to have shrunk. Oh well, it is what it is. We have Saxony right here, they're looking pretty good. Maybe they've expanded a bit. Hanover is looking like the most stable. I guess no one wants to mess with them since they've allied Denmark, or maybe they will, who knows. But Bohemia still exists. Pomerania is still the same apparently. I guess Bohemia got these provinces back from Poland, or Pomerania, or Saxony, whoever owned them. As you guys know, Prussia and Brandenburg along with Franconia are gone. Going over into the lowlands region, the Netherlands have expanded quite a bit. They're allied to Flanders and Swabia, so we got a little Dutch alliance going over here. Not bad, not bad at all. They have taken exploration and expansion ideas. No colonies yet. Taking a look at Flanders, they also have exploration and expansion ideas. Very nice. So we got 2 nations out of all of these guys colonizing, adding a wonderful dynamic to this game. This is what the rest of Europe looks like. Pretty normal apart from what's going on here and apart from Britain conquering so much of France. But let's try and find some Dutch colonies, shall we? Nothing in Africa as far as I can see. Nothing in Southeast Asia either. Do they have something in the New World? Oh yes, they do. They are colonizing the Caribbean, Dutch Dominica, as we can see. Do they have any colonies though? No colonies just yet, but this will of course become their colony. Let's take a look at what Flanders has been doing. Anything in Africa? Nothing in Africa, nothing in Southeast Asia. Going over to the New World. They have Flemish Newfoundland. Very nice. So no real colonies from them either, but they are gonna establish them, as we can see. So that's what's going on right now. Not looking too bad for some of these guys. No nation out of them is becoming the dominant just yet. They're all pretty similar. I'm guessing from this point on, Flanders and the Netherlands will be becoming even stronger than these other guys due to their colonies. Let's take a look at the religious map mode. We are in the Age of Reformation. Britain is Anglican. We got some Protestant in Italy of all places, and some Reformed and Protestant over here. Oh, funnily enough, Saxony, they're Hussite. Pomerania, they're Hussite as well. So that's definitely something unexpected. We'll check back in 1630 in the Age of Absolutism. So now it's 1647 apparently. I was making lunch, what can I say? Either way, let's jump back into Europe where we can see massive changes once again. Man, Swabia, I didn't expect this from them. They're surprising me very nicely and I am rooting for them from this moment on, of course. You know, bandwagon fan, what can I say? Austria, they're still looking the same. How they haven't been gobbled up by the Ottomans, I don't know. Wait, actually I do know. They're allied to Denmark, Saxony, and Spain. That's how. Bavaria has shrunk a little bit. Bohemia have gotten back some of their lands. Saxony is looking alright. They have expanded over here too. Bohemia. No, not Bohemia. Pomerania is gone. Yep, conquered by Poland or Denmark. I literally can't tell them apart. So many red nations over here, man. Let's check. What is Denmark? Ah, okay. Apparently they've been conquered by Denmark, not Poland. Hanover, they're still doing their thing. Chilling. What can I say? They are reformed. What's this? Westphalia? Well, Westphalia, our biggest nation in 1444, they're not looking so good right now. Split in two. Aachen and Dortmund exist. Who are they allied to, man? They're free cities. Why aren't they getting conquered? Poland, Dortmund, Britain, and Bohemia? Well, I guess they got their alliances on lock. Flanders and the Netherlands have expanded a little bit in Europe, but I'm more interested in seeing what's going on with their colony. So this is the Netherlands. They seem to have some provinces down here in South America, nothing else in North America. I'll check their colonies now, where we can see that they have the Dutch West Indies. Excellent, excellent. And Dutch Brazil. And, oh, that's still Dutch Brazil, but can they establish Dutch Argentina? They have a few more provinces left, so I don't see why not. What about Flanders, though? Are they doing any better? Oh, they do have some provinces in Africa, over here and over here. Not bad from them. And provinces in Southeast Asia, so that's Flanders right there. Shout out Tidore, too. No Netherlands over here, though, as far as I can see, so not historically accurate. Do they have any colonies in the New World, though? Oh, they have Flemish Canada and Flemish Greenland, apparently, but maybe they established... Oh, yeah, they did. It is Flemish Canada, but Micmac seems to have taken some provinces from them. At least that's what I think happened. Like I said, I was making lunch. Tasty. And that's how Europe is looking like right now. Let's see the religions. Okay, Hussite, Reformed, Protestant down here, Anglican right here. So Catholic is still doing pretty strong. Shout out Hussite though. They've been doing pretty good themselves. And that's what it's looking like in 1647. Will expansion ramp up now that we're in the age of absolutism? Maybe. But maybe not from them. The Ottomans, they seem to have stopped expanding this way, and they've gone this way too. Oh, we have a Persia too. Nice. We'll see what 1680 brings us. So now is the 1480s, back at it again. Let's take a look at what these dudes are up to. And we can see that Austria is trying to siege back Vienna from the Ottomans. Can the Ottomans do it again? I don't know. Look, they got a lot of provinces occupied themselves. Who are they actually fighting? Alright, they declared on Austria versus a lot of nations. Let's see that, let's see that. So Austria, Swabia, Saxony, Denmark. Do Denmark have Sweden? They don't, so Sweden is independent, but they're also fighting Spain, so this is a pretty big war right here. Bold of the Ottomans to declare it, but I do think they'll be able to win it. Oh, it seems that they're focusing down here in the south, so maybe their incompetence can be exploited by these guys sieging down their European provinces. We'll see though, we'll see. Once again, shout out to Swabia, a big surprise for me. Listen, I didn't expect any of these nations that are the biggest right now to do well. I thought Bavaria would blob out, Brandenburg, Westphalia, but look at Westphalia, man. They're down to these two provinces. Hanover have shrunk as well. Shout out Netherlands, shout out Saxony, and Flanders is just chilling right here, guaranteed by Britain, allied with France. They really are the predecessor of Belgium with those alliances right there. Either way, let's hope some of these guys don't try walking through them, because otherwise, yeah, they may shrink a little bit. Either way, let's take a look at Amsterdam right here, 42 dev, nice, nice. Let's take a look at Netherlands colonies. Dutch Brazil looking nice. Dutch La Plata, excellent. These guys are doing great. Random claims on random provinces? Sure, I'll take it. Flanders, not doing so well in the colonization department, but yeah, they're alright, they got some stuff down here, and that's what it's looking like right now. I'm guessing Westphalia and Hanover will stop existing pretty soon. Bavaria too, probably. Austria might survive until later in the game. They do have some pretty nice alliances, but Swabia, man, they're the real deal. The thing is, can they expand anywhere? They actually can't. The only place they can expand in is Italy, because they've allied France right here, Austria right here, Saxony, the Pope, and the Netherlands. So yeah, they're sort of locked between all their allies right now. We'll see what they can do when we check back in the Age of Revolutions in 1730. So now is the 1730s, we are in the Age of Revolutions, and that's a thick Netherlands. That's what I like to see. they've been doing some expanding. Denmark, they're not cool anymore. By Denmark, they're losing to Great Britain in the Second British-Danish Imperialist War. Very nice. Swabia is looking pretty thick too. They've taken some provinces from Bavaria, and Austria have lost Vienna. Well, well, well. What do you know? In fact, that happened just recently because the Ottomans still haven't courted. Alright then. France seems to have reconsolidated a little bit from the British, but they're looking pretty strong this game. So is Saxony. I think Westphalia is gone, and Hanover, they're about to disappear pretty soon too. Very surprising, like I said last time. Shout out to the Netherlands, Saxony, and Swabia, that's all I can say. But things might change because we still have about 100 more years left to go. Everything over here and over here has been pretty much colonized. No need to check on that again, you know what I'm saying? But you know, Flanders, they're doing some expansion over here in the Congo region. Not too much over here. Let's take a look at Southeast Asia. Pretty much still the same. Let's take a look at the revolution and see if it spawned. Ooh, it has spawned. The center of revolution is right here in Tunis in Spain. Ooh, Catholic? Well, we'll take a look at the religion map mode later again. But the revolution has been spreading. No one is revolutionary just yet. Revolutionary Pope, anyone? Can they go revolutionary? I don't think so. How many times did I say revolutionary? I don't know. But it will be nice to see some of these guys go for it. That's what it's looking like right now, man. They're getting pretty strong. Is any of these guys on the Great Powers list? I think Swabia should be, and they're not, but the Netherlands are. So excellent. Excellent. Lots of high def provinces over here. You already know, man. Let's see what they took. Economic, defensive, exploration, expansion, quantity, diplo, admin. Not bad. Not bad. Gotta give credit where credit is due. They're supporting the independence of Rio de Prata. Nice. And they got the West Indies, Brazil, and Dutch La Plata. That's what things are looking like in 1731. Lots of nations blobbing out, which we'll get back into once we wrap up this campaign. But first, we'll check back in 1780. I know it's 1750, but I just had to stop and tell you guys this. Saxony has Swabia as a junior partner. Okay, that's awesome. They're super powerful, allied to the Netherlands and Sweden. But Flanders has also just fallen into a PU under revolutionary France. Oh, they got Robespierre. Oh, naughty, naughty. But Saxony contested that PU, and now they're absolutely decimating France along with their junior partner Swabia, and they're about to get Flanders as their own junior partner as well, along with Swabia. That's all I wanted to say. We also have revolutionary Spain, and we'll check back in 1780. So now it's 1780. Let's take a look at what's happened. As you guys know, there was a little succession war going on over here last time between Saxony and revolutionary France or Flanders. But it seems that France has won that war after all, even though all of their lands were occupied by Saxony, their junior partner Swabia, and allies. They seem to have not gotten the Flanders PU. That's fine, that's fine. Flanders wasn't even that powerful anyway. But speaking of revolutionary, we do have quite a few revolutionary nations. Let's take a look at that map mode right now. France is the target. We got revolutionary Spain, Portugal as well. Who's this? Revolutionary Venice? Flag, disgusting as ever. What else can I say? Even Saluzzo is revolutionary, but those seem to be the only nations that have had the revolution spread to them. Brazil could go revolutionary, sure, some of these guys over here, but that's what it's pretty much looking like. Either way, Saxony and Swabia are looking strong as ever. Swabia is a bit disloyal, so no way Saxony is gonna integrate them by the end of the game. But hey, that's all their dev too, man. Are they at the Great Powers list right now? They are number 8, so not bad from them. Netherlands, they're doing fine as ever. Let's take a look at what their situation is looking like. Ooh, some strong alliances, but obviously they can't expand anywhere in Europe to that. They got some provinces in Africa, some in Southeast Asia, and of course we have Dutch La Plata here. Brazil has formed, gotten free from someone. Joe from Albuquerque, Emperor of Brazil. Wonderful. This is what the new world is looking like, so not too much colonization going from these guys. It seems that their colonies are gone. We also have the United States. They're a totemist kingdom. King long name Ganoga. Nice. The Ottomans are looking huge, and these guys, man, they don't really have anywhere to expand. So few of them are left. Once again, Revolutionary Milan with the Italian flag. Nice. So few of them are left, and they really have nowhere to go at this point. Can they do anything powerful until the end of the game? I guess we'll have to wait and see when we check back in 1821. So now it's January 3rd, 1821, the end of this scenario, and let's take a look at everything that happened in this campaign where we created German regional nations. Of course, you guys all know the nations that we created over here, and some of them died out pretty quick, such as Brandenburg. They were gone fast, to say the least. We also had Westphalia here, the strongest nation out of all that I created, and I was thinking they were gonna do really well, but they started off not so bad. Now they don't exist. Switzerland doesn't exist. Franconia doesn't exist. Bavaria doesn't exist. Neither does Pomerania, Hanover, or Prussia. The only nations that are left are Austria, Swabia, who's a junior partner of Saxony, and the Netherlands, along with Flanders. So out of the three Dutch nations, Friesland also disappeared pretty quickly, gobbled up by the Netherlands. The Netherlands are looking nice themselves. They got a couple of possessions outside of Europe, such as some over here in Africa, some in Southeast Asia. They did have some colonies, but they've been gobbled up by Brazil, but they still have the Dutch West Indies. Great success for them. Flanders also went colonizing for a little bit. They seem to have lost all their colonies, and they fell under a PU under France, which Saxony contested, but they didn't win. Well, they did, but they didn't take it. Swabia, very big success for them. I'm very surprised. I honestly didn't expect any of these nations to be so powerful, except for the Netherlands. Maybe I did expect for them to do well, but I really had high hopes for Westphalia, Brandenburg, and even Austria, but none of those nations are doing very well. Austria, they're barely surviving. The Ottomans have almost all of their possessions, and they're left with some provinces over here in Tyrol, in Venice, and this one right here that they took from Bohemia. Of course, a huge shout out to Saxony. They did very well, losing some provinces in the start, but gaining some back. Not a lot of strong alliances. The Ottomans could defeat them at any moment, but they do have Swabia, and these are the most powerful nations. So, in my opinion, you know, when you create a couple of nations of equal power over here, or maybe even anywhere, you get a situation pretty much similar to what happens in India almost every game, where 3 to 5 nations become the dominant powers and split the entire region between them. We can see that example right here between Vijayanagar, Andhra, Jaunpur, and Delhi, and the similar thing has happened over here in Germany. Aside from that, Britain had a very nice game. They don't have a lot of colonies, very few, but they did have successes in continental Europe. France started out weak, but then they managed to reconsolidate a bit. Now they're revolutionary. Spain also went revolutionary. Great game for them. They have alright colonies in North America, but they flipped back from revolutionary. Portugal's also doing really well. They have other colonies in North America, a lot of North Africa and West Africa, Southern Africa as well, and they are revolutionary. A very good game for the Ottomans. As you can see, they blobbed out really hard. Powerful game from them. They have Milan as a vassal. Alright. Awesome game from Russia as well. They're revolutionary now. They've expanded over here even. They have Beijing, so great success for them. Sweden's doing alright, and that's pretty much the situation in Europe. Over here in Africa, nothing too out of the ordinary, except for larger than usual holdings had by Portugal. We have Persia and Hormuz here. Shout out to them. Always nice to see Persia. I already covered India, and over here Ming has blown up sorta, kinda, and sorta late. Daviet is having a very nice game, so shout out to them. In Southeast Asia, we have this nation dominating, not very common. Cirebon, nice. And we have Pasai holding some land over here. Tierra Austral. It's Spanish and, well, British, obviously. So that's what it's looking like down here. In South America, we had some colonies, but then Brazil managed to free themselves from, I'm guessing, Portugal, and they own almost the entirety of South America. So if you don't go to Brazil, Brazil will come to you. In Central America, we have New Spain and some British and French colonies. In North America, a couple of strong native nations such as this one and this one. We also have the United States, totemist by the way, and some colonies, and that is what the world is looking like. Going into the religion map mode, the Protestant Reformation spawned late and it wasn't very powerful. Saxony is Hussite, so that's pretty awesome to see. The Netherlands are Reformed, Britain is Anglican, and we have some Protestant nations in Italy. Aside from that, not too much changes in the religion map mode apart from all the converting those nations have been doing. Most of West Africa is Catholic, most of Southern Africa is Catholic. Nothing out of the ordinary in Asia except for the expansion Persia has done with Shia and the expansion that Daviet has done with Mahayana. This is the religion map mode in Southeast Asia, pretty standard for a colonizer. Almost all of South America is Catholic, and as usual North America is split between whoever colonized the most and totemist along along with some Anglican provinces up there. Going into the culture map mode, I can't seem to notice too many differences in the culture from the start, so not a lot of culture conversion going on. The Ottomans seem to have been converting some of these provinces to Serbian, and maybe Muscovy has done some converting to Karelian up here, Muscovite down here, and of course this is all they colonized, so it's Muscovite. Persia has probably expanded the Khorasan and Kurdish culture groups over here a bit, but yeah, nothing too out of the ordinary. Of course, this is pretty expected. We don't see a lot of culture conversion in these situations. Looking at the great powers list, the Ottomans are number 1 with 5,400 development, followed by Russia, Spain, Brazil, Portugal, Great Britain, France, and Saxony. Only one of the nations which we focused on is on the great powers list and only at number 8. But hey, a success is a success. The Ottomans are also an economic hegemon. Going into the army size, the Ottomans have the biggest army with almost 1 million troops, followed by Russia, Brazil, Spain, Great Britain, France, Portugal, Jaunpur, Vijayanagara, and so on. We have to scroll pretty far down to find the first of our nations, Saxony, with only 140,000 troops. Going into the income comparison, the Ottomans have the biggest income with 1,600 ducats, followed by Britain, Brazil, Russia, Vijayanagara, Jaunpur, Spain, and Saxony is actually in the top few nations with 370 ducats a month. We also have Swabia right here and the Netherlands close by, so their income is pretty decent for their size. So what would happen if the German regional nations existed in 1444? Well, like I said, there would be a struggle for power and a dominant nation wouldn't emerge, at least not one, and we would have a similar situation such as India, where most of them get wiped out, but 3 to 5 nations emerge as the dominant ones and split the region between them. Let me know in the comments below what's the next what if scenario that I should do. If you want to watch me do stuff like this live, you can follow me on twitch.tv/TheRedHawkLive, and you can catch up on everything I do over there on the second channel. Link is in the description. If you enjoyed this video, don't hesitate to leave a like. It really helps out the channel a lot. And if you really liked it, you can always subscribe. Let's try and hit 40k subs. Maybe we can do it with your help. And you can become a member today and join the Discord. The link is in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time with another EU4 video.